Hello, everybody. It is time for Honkai Star Rail. Oh. Apparently, I need to log back in though. Give me just a second. Probably because it just had a patch and all. There we go. So I researched how to do wonderful. My overlays are not working. It's a good question. Why is it not? I mean, it should be all right. And then maybe I just, I don't know, redo it maybe. No. Still doesn't work. Why? That's so weird. Like I replugged it in and everything. Just decides to just show the chat box. Hello, Sunny. Sunny's already joining us. And for some odd reason, it just does not want to work. I've tried copying the URL from Stream Elements. Oh, Sunny saw the train move in the corner of his eye on this other big screen, and it freaked him out. He got scared. He like reared back a little bit. He's like, hey, what? He says, what the fuck is that? That's funny. Well, you know, I guess. Lord help me. No, I suppose it's alright. Who needs overlays anyway? Don't need to skip the score. I finished it last week, as a matter of fact.
A few games of chess will while away the time.
It was a while away at a time. Oh, she's so cute, though. Oh, and the Herda is back. I'll have so many when she comes in. What, Sonny?
The taste of celestial ambrosia.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to go this way. Thanatos' and Cersei's core flames have been returned. Sometime after that, the 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Amphorian deities, fate, foundation, creations, and calamity of this world. We're only missing 2. Ornyx. I don't know who the fuck that one is. Now, 10 among them have fallen, their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing in the faint slumber of each Titan. And you have experienced 4 ascensions and 4 partings. The Lance of Fury once became the Mad King, plunging the world into ceaseless strife until your valor brought it to an end. And its demigod successor, the undying Mightymost, chose to bear the title of Kremnos alone, returning home to be crowned as the last line of defense for the Holy City. Mighty, may your battles know no defeat. Back then, oh, well, I guess that's time. I don't know who the other one is then. Back then, maybe, oh, wait a minute. One of them is Kefali. Back then, the incarnation of time entrusted to Mem to you at the Temple of the Three Fates. Back then, the lively girl with red hair fulfilled her mission and bid the first farewell. Time speaks not of fairness, yet it never stops. And now this power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Trian. Not long ago, the head of the Grove sages helped you repel the menace that is the Black Tide. And still not long past, that unruly scholar staged one of the grand performance, granting you a glimpse of this world's truth at the cost of his life. Oh, the incarnation of reason, at edge of existence, have you found your answer? The prophecy once made the Hand of Shadow choose 2, granting one the fate of death. Yet their bond wove a hauntingly beautiful tale that stretched across time. At the end, the incarnation of death, who journeyed from the nether realm to the living world, chose to remain in that sea of flowers, retrieving your future. At the end of the west wind, we shall meet again, Castris. Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder, how many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail? You question whether you're able to express goodbye with heartfelt emotion. Your thoughts sink into the ocean. You recall how the Amphorians cherished epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You need only to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Don't be influenced by the noise outside. Just focus on the keyboard in your mind. It is indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Alright, this is just an impossible task. Just one glance at your phone. It won't disrupt your thoughts, or so you tell yourself. And there is, like everybody's problems with phones. Can't help but look at it all the time when it beeps. Oh, Cypher's sending us a message. Gray Mystery. Last time in Styxia, 0 time for treasure hunting. Absolute disaster. Now the River of Souls mostly retreated, I'm back, baby. In the water, a big shiny chest. I can't use the miracle orb, and I can't wade through. Your power of time is needed. Now, 70-30 split. Sunny chose that one for me. 30 for you and 70 for me? Exactly. 30 for you and 70 for me. She's trying to trick me here. Details schmeetails. Get here and we'll talk. And then little meow face. You must admit, even during this arduous and struggling low point, there are still those who live joyfully. Cypher's endless, surging desire for wealth seems more turbulent than the waters of Scale Gorge waterscape. Forget the past for now. It only brings sorrow. But sadness has no place in this moment. What you need is the drive to move forward. You decide to head to Styxia, where the River of Souls is no longer blocked, to meet up with Catgirl. Hopefully those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits. They always lift my spirits. I'm a dragon.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful, and the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side.
I miss
No.
Castress. I too
No,
miss
this shouldn't
Castress.
be so
Especially
depressing.
since I didn't freaking get her. Pom Pom.
Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together. By the way, it was Miss Cipher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone?
Well, you know she never shows up.
Huh? Yes, and this aura feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, March 7th. Speed.
Hey, what's that on the ground? Should we pick it up?
Probably.
Careful, careful.
I like how Mim is picking it up. She doesn't even have, like, opposable thumbs.
It's
Uh-oh.
a piece of black cloth.
Uh-oh.
Now, where have I seen this before?
Well, that's obvious. The Flame Reaver.
What? How could they be here?
I mean...
Mommy! Look out!
Hey, look who it is. You want the pink puppy, don't you?
What? Now I'm sad. This isn't the time for jokes. Let's try
It's
our
the
best to
perfect
get what
time
we
for
brought,
jokes.
and we'll slip into the past with time's power as soon as we can.
The river of souls is full of fish,
Wait, what?
big and delicious.
What?
Is this Cypher?
The flame chase journey stops. Meow, meow.
It's the Cypher. The Flame Reaver's gone mad. The end.
Well, we already knew about the mad part, but are we still in danger?
It's just Cypher. Because of course she can do illusions.
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare. Ah! Don't run! I'm the real Cipher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind
Sure,
reminder that
sure,
Notorious
Cypher.
isn't safe.
Probably looking to, like, rob
The
us.
whole place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are.
So you're playing both good cop and bad cop.
Hey, I'm just making it up to you. You'd do the same in my shoes.
I like Cypher.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that. Let me think about how to explain this. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
We just saw what our brains
We thought it must be
figured
the
this.
Flame Reaver coming this
Our
way.
brains just saw what we thought we were gonna see.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it
I like how
becomes
she looks
reality.
directly at the camera when she says that.
The power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
You think I might be lying? No need. The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest
Hey.
as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to.
What do you mean by
there's
that?
no harm in telling you.
Somebody as honest as me.
Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
Oh, look who it is. It's fine on. Anna Belinda, did you rest well? I came during lucid hour, and you seemed to sleep, so I didn't wake you up. But in current circumstances, I can't stay idle. I feel it's time to continue our training. Let's go to the grove, shall we? Oops.
Aren't you a popular one? But I got you
Cypher's
first,
like,
so
me
help with the
first.
treasures, and then I'll send you two to the grove. Curiosity killed the cat, you know. Do you think I'll spend it all? That's so not why I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change.
I mean, I guess
As long as I
compared to
leave
your
other
life,
people when I
petty
get what I
change,
want, I won't be
you know,
walking with
things can be
greed,
petty change,
right?
considering your life's at
Isn't
stake.
that simple? So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me.
Oh. Uh-oh. I mean, it already did
That
with
was a long
Chibios,
speech.
so.
I'm getting thirsty at
And
this
Mighty
rate.
Most.
The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own.
And Anaxa.
Come on, Gray Mystery. Show me what
And,
you're
like,
going
literally
to
everybody else,
do.
but now she's exempt.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My repository of memories
This
has
guy,
been
yeah.
enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donham.
No, he still don't have a voice.
Archimans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo. It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akima. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
Well, we've been trying to, and it's not working so well because, you know, we don't have a spaceship.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve.
Where's the Shanzhou Mofu when you need them? Sell their ships.
Exactly. Of the 12 titans of Amphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious. The weather itself...
It's not surprising that the Titan of the Sky is like, no. It's being like, it's like super self-absorbing. He's like, I'm the big man on campus.
The sky above affects every citizen.
I bet the Aquila is,
Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the
maybe he's the
previous
eyeball
journey
one.
was a carefully considered strategy.
One is Kefali and one is Aquila.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends.
Mm-hmm. So they do come from somewhere else.
I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct,
I wouldn't mind seeing Lygus as like a 4-star character, but I have a feeling that he's here on a larger scale.
Of course, that's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
He kind of more or less seems kind of like a guardian of Amphorius instead of like, because he wouldn't let D. Herta in.
You honor me with your trust.
And D. Herta does not take no for an answer. I mean, probably.
Not exactly, but we Antikytherians are
I guess they are from
sensitive
Emporius,
to machinery.
but
Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for
I thought
analyzing
I
and
misunderstood
learning.
when he was talking about like no world to return to. He also seems to be the only Antikytherian here.
If you give me
Antikytherian?
some time,
Antikytherian.
I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion can set off on a return journey sooner.
Yeah, but now we got Oryx's power. Won't that throw shit off? Like, it seems suspicious, like he wants to get rid of us so fast.
Hypothetically, Lord Donhong, if I could open up a
So he can do it. He just told on himself. He had the power to get us out of here this whole time.
Would you consider ceasing your support for the flame chase journey?
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
It's best if
suspicious.
you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
He is probably the only one that can make it happen, not the Council of Elders. Council of Elders suck ass. Because obviously he doesn't want to let Thee Herda, and he was fine with us staying until Thee Herda was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go
Are
in."
unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs. It could offend certain interests.
I thought he was neutral. Turns out it's just an act, probably. Certain. Yeah, there's obviously a reason that his background is blank.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Just as expected. Karate chop to the neck. Right? Aha, look at that. I knew it. Oh, look, they all each have one red eye. Interesting.
Lord Donhong. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to.
Oh, wait a minute. They look like the Black Tide, or partially Black Tide. I am neutral. Neutral except for your own plans, maybe.
Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
Safety. They don't know Don Hung, though.
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral. Are you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue
I mean, if somebody surrounded me with cronies, I'd be like, what are you really after? Is he gonna turn into Imbibitor Luna here and just, water blast them all?
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
Yes. He's gonna go all Imbibitor Luna on him. I mean, I do miss the Imbibitor Luna form.
You have such overwhelming power, so why?
Is he fighting a memory?
Answer me. Why do you stand in our way?
Why do you want to take the core flames?
What if Lygus is the Flame Reaver? Maybe not, though. Lygus likes to talk too much.
Hold on anymore. Drag him back here, friend.
It is. It's a training program.
Are you okay?
Lygus likes to talk too much. I don't think he's the Flame Reaver.
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out. Thanks for worrying, buddy.
Oh, he called me buddy. Oh.
To face Aquila and
Does it mean we're
other
dating
potential
now?
threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the River of Time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards described.
Wait a minute. Hyperbolic time sanctum. This seems like a very DBZ thing, if you know what I mean. That's what that means. Like, hyperbolic time sanctum sounds like something Goku and Vegeta would have used for training. You know what I mean?
It's working pretty well.
They always go out into space so they can train harder. Use that chamber that Bulma created.
But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began. Don't worry, I've already arranged that. Of course I need him. I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Oh, Cartonis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Finon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that Swordmaster in black.
Well, why don't we just
Quite
call
the
him the
subject
Flame
of the
Reaver like
topic.
everybody else does?
I've been holding this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Oh no, they're gonna become seedlings and, you know,
I'm
bloom
not wielding my
right
sword
out of
for
Mem.
revenge. She's been through Nikador's trial and understands.
Like, literally.
Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties. I'm far from finished. I must continue sharpening my skills until I can match their strength. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down. I'm out of energy for training today. How about we go to the library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Sure, that's what I've been looking forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work. Today, I'm definitely going to... Oh, great idea! However, that would mean
It's
no more
true.
reasons to
I do
visit
like
the
all the
grove.
butterflies that are here. They're orange.
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here.
Look at those
The three
butterflies.
of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the library of Philia.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to the library, I guess. Well, maybe. Hold on. Here we go.
Here we are.
I'm not sure exactly where I was supposed to go down the stairs,
Was
but...
it here? Or maybe over here?
Uh-oh.
I'm up to have some fun. It's free time now, so you should relax too.
Were there that many red spirits there? I don't remember. Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your taste. You're quite relieved that Don Hung isn't around. No one will be there to judge your reading tastes. Oh god, are we reading smut? Has Stella become a book talk girly? The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. Oh god, it is. It's a book talk thing. It's book talk. It's smut! We're reading smut! It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So which reading material will you peruse? I knew it! Look at that first title. The book talk stuff is beyond smut. Forbidden Love, The Tree and the Butterfly. The first one's definitely smut. My professor can't possibly be this shy. One Bunch God Aquila. Let's see. What should we choose? Oh, we can read each one. Forbidden Love, The Tree and the Butterfly. She wandered through the flower sea, searching for a glimpse of those fluttering butterfly wings, but without success. Sire, I've heard that every flower has its own floriography. Generally speaking, that perception is correct. She heard the voice, but couldn't see the speaker. Yet Circe's... Oh god, it's Circe's fanfiction. Yet Circe's paid it no mind. She calmly responded to her most special student while scanning her surroundings. What is your floriography? Hold on. Floriography. There we go! I'm afraid I'm not a flower, but a tree. It's a love fan fiction with Cersei's as a fucking tree. Blatant self-insert, exactly. This was written by Cersei's. Evidently, this answer failed to satisfy the other party. A sound mingled with dissatisfaction and disappointment reached her ears, prompting her to add another remark. Well, if we're just speaking metaphorically, I suppose it would be intelligence. Hello, Reaver Captain, and thank you! And I'm doing great. How are you doing? However, her objective was nearly accomplished. It should be around here somewhere. Now, she just needed to find some bait to draw her out. Intellectual, yet also romantic. Perhaps it's because I hibernate? You see, in my long dreams, I've made promises to countless lovers. Really? The butterfly-winged girl suddenly rose from the thicket before Circe, startling her slightly. After all, at this moment, the distance between them was virtually non-existent. Gazing... Oh... It's Mnestia and Circe's fanfiction. Oh my god! It's a ship. Gazing directly at Mnestia's face, allowing the light reflecting from her lips to pass through her eyes, a hint of crimson flashed across Circe's face, almost imperceptible to onlookers. Of course, her composure wavered for only a moment. Then, Circe wrapped her arms around the girl's waist, as if pulling up a radish from the ground, gently lifting her from the flower thicket. Of course not. Caught you now. Placing her on the ground, the giant tree's incarnation gently stroked the butterfly wings with the edges of her leaves, confirming the other's normal state before slowly withdrawing. So, now will you tell me? Why have you been avoiding me? Would you two please refrain from frolicking in my Antilla garden? A cold voice unseasonably interrupted their thoughts. Indeed, for the garden's master, the incarnation of death, such lively atmosphere was truly something akin to a natural enemy. Maybe this is before. Like, you know, when they were all, before they became demigods and then titans. Sorry, we'll leave at once. Thank you for listening to my troubles, Madam Thanatos. Sayre, let's return to the grove. Sorry, Than, for troubling you. Honestly, you two are, alas. But, Circes, you must be aware by now, right? A bitter sensation spread in her mouth once more. Circes remained silent, merely nodding as she bid farewell to her old friend. On the way back to the grove, Menestia remained completely silent. After one unsuccessful attempt to question her, Circes struggled to find another opportunity to speak and simply focused on the path ahead. Voices of gossip reached them, causing irritation. A genius? So what? She's just so terrifying. A stern figure approached rapidly. It was blank, the source of the irritation. Menestia offered Circes a smile, then turned and walked away. Blank cast a sharp glance in the direction of the butterfly-winged girl's departure, then shifted his gaze back to Circes. First came perfunctory reports and spiritless small talk, then escalation to arguments that resembled personal attacks. Do you truly understand? I don't need to. Let me be direct, Circes. To romance a student, even your own creation, don't you find that perverse? Pow! This was the first time the embodiment of reason allowed emotions to govern her mind. The sensation left on her palm felt as if it would scorch through to the heart of the tree. From nearby came the sound of running footsteps, familiar yet somehow strange. Circes wanted to give chase immediately, but the words echoing in her ears tripped her steps. She was indeed somewhat distracted, allowing the girl's image to surface and then fade in her mind repeatedly. When her resolve crystallized, the third curtain fall hour had slipped by. The personification of the giant tree approached, the gilded chrysalis, cried her beloved's name, then stilled as if she had frozen. The traces left by the butterfly-winged girl who dwelled here were all but erased. Upon the foliate desk lay words, a maiden's first and final love letter. I love you, Circes. I've already received the graduation gift after all, so forget me. Well, snap. That's it, nothing else? This love story abruptly ends at the worst moment. Whether the author lost the motivation to continue or some urgent situation occurred that remains unknown. I think that's probably how it actually happened, considering, the stuff we saw earlier. If it were the latter, the Flame Reaver is fully responsible. My professor can't possibly be this shy. Sorry I'm late! I used the power of a Cognos bloom to climb over the vines, rushing to the classroom and nervously pulling open the door, only to make eye contact with the person I had an appointment with. But you want to bet this is an Axis story. This isn't an Axis story. This is a self-insert about somebody having a crush on an Anaxagoras. The professor, barely over 30, was leaning casually against the stone lectern, loose and relaxed. The scholar's robes gleamed bright in the dim light of the overnight, giving off an almost divine aura. The first class is already late. Looks like someone is eager to meet Thanatos. In other words, this was our first one-on-one lesson, and I totally blew it from the start. Probably even Circes would have felt embarrassed looking at such a sorry scene. Luckily, I had already come up with a plan. Sorry, Professor, I'll do anything to make it up to you. Anything? Well, please, I hope you'll be lenient. At these words, the professor's face broke into a charming smile. Then, I want you to teach me. Wait, Professor? I want you to break down the points in this paper, word by word, and explain them to me slowly. Although there was no mirror here, I could guess that my face had turned red from the sudden and direct request. But, Professor, I'm still just a student intern. Isn't it a bit too early for me to do something like this? I finally worked up the courage to say it. You wanted me to waste the lesson I prepared, you fool. At least wait till after class. If that's what you'd prefer, then fine. But don't forget, I still haven't forgiven you. So, what should we study first today? Why don't we peruse this academic journal? I think they recently published a paper on the patterns of natural numbers. Sounds good. Come on, let's have a look. The research paper was immensely valuable, but I couldn't even grasp the basic arguments, as I was too deeply engrossed in the professor's sharp gaze. He looked so rational when he was immersed in numbers, nothing less than I'd expect from the professor I cherished so much. After that, we experienced an enriching lesson, eyebrow waggle. We wandered through the classical literature exhibition, eagerly absorbing the newly compiled Titan Faith studies. Finally, we lingered in the dreams woven by the latest works of the, erythroceramism school, so much that we completely forgot. The bell signaling the curtain fall hour rang, and we looked at each other. Class was over. More than once I had resented time for its seemingly linear flow, yet I remained powerless to interfere with it. The professor looked at me and paused for a moment, as if making some kind of decision, then muttered, "Take out your paper. I'll help you revise it." "Really? You mean it?" "Yes. You are a student I take great pride in. I've been considering this for some time." "Professor, let me understand your thoughts, your research, your everything." No further words were needed. Two seekers of knowledge, driven by instinct, began their deep exploration of ideas. Deep. At that moment, we had yet to realize that after this lesson, another name would appear in the acknowledgments of the paper, and in the end, this would be the very spark that led to the founding of our academic symposium. After finishing this mind-shaking piece, only one image remains in your mind. The Express, Welt, phone. For a young stellar host, this type of literature remains too far ahead of its time. One Punch God Aquila. Brushing off the dust that had settled on him, he adjusted his attire and stood firm, facing the giant eagle in a tense standoff. Heh! So you think you're something special just because you defeated the silent Giorios? Mortal, heed my advice. Oh, it's Well, maybe. Is it Giorios? I think it's Giorios. Mortal, heed my advice. The God King remained silent, gazing into Aquila's 1,000 eyes. Slowly, he raised his right arm, 4 fingers pressed together, and with a simple motion, he lightly waved at the colossal being before him. "Arrogant fool, you will pay the price for your insolence." Aquila's fury erupted, their towering form radiating intense heat. In an instant, their massive wings vibrated at an imperceptible speed. 1,000 razor-sharp feathers shot forth like swords, hurtling straight toward the God King. As everyone knows, the feathers of the Sky Titan can pierce through iron and steel, let alone mortal flesh. Their sheer density left no room to evade. The violent storm of the lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced their reflexes, predicting the movements of this arrogant little thief before them. Noticing the God King shifting his stance, Aquila mused. He had only 2 choices. He could push off the ground to evade left or right, or stand firm and brace for impact. But either way, it would be futile. The feather blades would shift with the wind, altering their trajectory. No matter how swift his movements, they would follow him relentlessly. But who could have predicted the God King never intended to dodge? He pushed forward instead, seizing the first incoming feather blade between 2 fingers. With a swift turn, he carved a spiral through the air and hurled it back at supersonic speed. The feather blade curved with the wind, piercing deep into the storm. Without the slightest deviation, it collided tip to tip with another razor-sharp steel feather. Ding! The reflected feather veered to the sides upon impact, colliding with the others and further altering their trajectories. Ding! The sharp clashing of feathers rang out in an irregular rhythm, a chain reaction unfolding until the force of the final feather was dissipated, scattering harmlessly into the air. With just a single seized feather, the God King had nullified the entire storm of blade-like wings. Aquila was shocked. How could a mere mortal possess such divine skill? Yet, as a being of godly essence, they did not allow themselves to be shaken. Seizing the moment as the scattered feathers clouded their vision, they swiftly brought down their claws, sharp as steel greatswords, aiming to end the battle in a single decisive strike. Boom! The massive claw struck dead center where the God King stood, the sheer force of impact carving a deep crater into the ground. No, something felt off. Aquila's mind raced. The sensation was strange. Had it missed? Or they focused their gaze only to witness the impossible. Their enormous razor-sharp claw, many times larger than the God King himself, was caught, held effortlessly in a single hand, as if the God King were merely grasping a piece of cutlery. The countless white feathers drifting through the air painted an eerie contrast against the battlefield's deadly stillness. The once mighty and untouchable giant eagle found itself frozen in shock. For the first time in 1,000 years. Muttering in disbelief, they said, "Impossible! Even Giorios, when fighting me, could do nothing but evade my iron claws. Yet you! What in the world are you? Haven't you already figured out the answer? A mere mortal, nothing more. You cocky little..." Aquila attempted to retract their claw, but under the God King's grip, it was frozen in place, completely immobile. Their expression darkened. Seeing this, the God King seemed to smile. He clenched the fingers of his free hand, and then, at a speed even a Titan's vision could not perceive, he swung with full force. He swung his fist. Boom! In an instant, the divine body shattered. A tidal wave shook the heavens, sending tremors through the divine steel-forged walls, cracking them in multiple places. The sacred temple teetered on the brink of collapse. From this moment on, the celestial realm would exist no more. The people of Amphoris would no longer endure the tyranny of the heavens. And all this was made possible by the God King's mighty blows. No, by a single punch. The distant Titan gods sensed the fall of their comrade and erupted into furious howls. Was there no one who could stop him? How could his advance ever be shaken? What they did not realize that even one as mighty as the God King was still bound by the desires of mortals. Just as before the battle began, he once again adjusted his attire. Congratulations. You have reached your end, Aquila. You are strong enough to be worthy of the name Sky Titan. He ignored the crumbling stone walls around him and strode toward the temple's exit. His steps were steady, yet the disappointment on his face was unmistakable. But your only flaw was failing to make this satisfying for me. Next episode, Battling Nicodor. Next issue on hiatus. I wonder why. Invigorating literature, your favorites. This article leaves you feeling empowered as if you were the author's one-punch god incarnate. Sky Titan Aquila? Heh, that's nothing.
I wonder what Finan and Mem are reading. Let's take a closer look.
They probably don't want us to see what they're reading either. March 7th, strikes me as, a very, mushy reading girl. You know what I mean? She likes to read the romance.
Well, I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
Are you I should have asked the other one. Are you reading something you shouldn't be?
There's nothing embarrassing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal.
Oh, he wants to be rich. I mean, they did call him poor. In the last one, they did call him poor in the crowd. My poor buddy Finan. Maybe it's time to find a different side gig.
I've invested almost all my savings into this hobby.
Oh my lord! He is penniless. He is penniless. Oh my god.
I spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth. That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks.
I mean, to be fair, his, home area was destroyed. Pretty heavily.
Talk too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and... integrity and skill.
He just wants to be rich. I'm just a poor boy. And that's literally the only part of that song I remember right there. Da 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 da. And it's easy come, easy go. Little high, little low.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on greens, a poor time for fishing.
She's learning about agriculture. How nice.
Again, are there even any spots left to fish in Emporius these days? You scared me! Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard.
Does this count as bursting into somebody's world?
Well, no more jokes. There's look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
We're gonna just chase her down.
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine. Ruler, weaver, traveler.
Is she learning about tarot
healer.
cards? Is she becoming a fortune teller?
But the interpretation for each card
Yeah,
is
it's
so
tarot
low.
cards. She's learning about tarot cards. Ruler fits me pretty well. As a dragon tyrant, I have to select that one.
What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh?
I mean, I thought we already established
So
that.
I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
What the fuck is Mem up to? She's so suspicious.
Not like their usual self.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphorius Divination Compendium?
Ah, she wants to divine the
Why
future.
are you here too?
Ma'am.
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around.
I mean,
suddenly
that
found
would
my
probably
book
be
not
more
that
interesting
appealing
to
anymore.
watch.
Never
Me
thought
chasing a
Mem
little
would be
pink
into
squirrel
divination.
down.
But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock. But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
This sounds very March
A
7th.
surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Heidi's Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared. Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or clever
I mean, I
rehearsed
guess that's
tricks compared to her
true.
flawless prophecies.
But Trina also, like, only probably can foretell about the big stuff. Like, what if we want to know some other stuff, right? It should be approached with a critical
To
eye.
me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits.
Oh, God.
They always cast a shadow in front of us.
Never mind. Mem is a horoscope girly. She probably asks somebody's sign before she dates them.
That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown. After all, the first chapter of the Divination Compendium discusses the significance of divination. I'm just expanding on that a bit.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child. Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
That's fine on.
It's so exquisite. I'd love to have a card like that.
Those myths up to the task. Then gotta craft a mem-specific deck.
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Speaking of which, partner,
Crystal card deck.
there's something
Somebody
I haven't
would
shared
make
with
that.
you all.
It would be like expensive as hell
Remember
though.
our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orin exposed to us?
What we gasping about, Finon?
Who's there?
I mean, this is the library open to the public. Oh, hey, look, it's those guys. Nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
No shit, man.
Black clothing, masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
Oh, cleaners? Interesting.
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan.
Oh, well, I
have
guess they're
studied
not
about
really
history of Amphibious
cosplaying as
quite
Black
thoroughly.
Tides. What's being cleaned? Clothes or
Your friend
cars?
seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the
Okay, their masks are
polite
pretty cool,
thing.
though.
We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs,
Uh-oh.
several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their
And
task was to
Lygus has
erase
access
anyone
to
with golden
those.
blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution.
You know, I wonder if
Anything
the
to
Elder
achieve their
Council
objective.
is also behind this, then.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse.
Kind of thought that
of
the
divine
Theros was
powers
supposed
and
to
their
be
blatant
neutral.
initiation of war
Apparently not.
in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace, and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you.
Okay, can
Lord
we
Finan.
fight him yet?
You've probably figured out
Can we One Punch Man these
why we.
guys? Nice.
Keep your cool.
Also, only 3 of
Come
them
out of the shadows with
for me and
just enough
Finon?
something up
Come
their sleeves.
on.
All right, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language. and
Rude!
don't
Why
say
can't I just
anything.
beat him up and then find out later?
My
You
shoulders may
have
be sore,
to
my
beat
sword
up
attack
first,
dull,
ask questions later,
but it's still
Finon.
enough to slice off your tongues.
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits.
Oh my
doesn't it?
god, look at the unicorn.
It's
Fat
a bit
unicorn!
small, but the lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama. Do you like it here too, little Ika?
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treeby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Now we remember.
Oh my god, that was fast. She had to confirm with the other, with Trinan.
With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end. Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land. Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories. But the details from that time have become somewhat hazy.
That's
to
because
us.
she's so fucking old at this point.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treeby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through.
I love that she's got like a little keychain. I should make a little Ika keychain.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Celiosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing. Lord Crediros?
Miss Hyacinth.
Hyacinth does seem like she's gonna be like an OP
Lady
healer,
Treevey.
so.
Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens.
Although
you were
I don't
nearby and
know
came to
if
check.
she will replace oh my god. I forgot his name. Lord help me, why do I always forget their names? I use them all the time.
Doing alright.
The one with an auto heal. Why do I do this to myself? Why does my
There's
brain
been
do
another
this?
violent
It's a
incident
dragon
at the
brain.
market. A shop was smashed and looted.
So
It's
old you
the
can't
third
remember
time this
anything.
week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
Of course not. Oh yeah, I do have drops enabled. I should put that in my stream title actually. Since apparently there's a new campaign. Of course, I always have drops enabled for this game, so it's kind of like automatically. It's automatic.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the Golden Threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote, Lady Treevey. From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble! Miss Hyacinth! Trouble!
Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Please! Something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace!
Oh, the assassins are after Aggie too.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya! It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Oh no, did he get her? Can't imagine her having trouble. Too much trouble. But maybe.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the
Why would they have why do they have toeless boots? That don't make any sense to me. Why have toeless knee-high boots? Or thigh-high boots? Why?
I guess. You're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
It is the elders that are doing this shit.
Aglaya, Aglaya. You ageless witch. Hiding behind a divine facade
Oh,
to
Jesus.
deceive mortals.
She's even more dangerous. She actually believes
Been far
the shit.
with you.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence.
Snap.
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from dawn cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, Why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now?
Uh-oh.
These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment, when all orders, rules, and laws
Yeah, but
fail
she
to
is a
stream.
demigod, though. Have
It's
they
time
killed
for
many
you back to
demigods?
pass judgment.
Like, Chrysos is one thing, but...
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
I still love
Going toe-to-toe
Aglaya's
with a
eyes.
demigod?
Aside from March 7th, I think
We're
hers
not
are
that
the
foolish.
prettiest.
The dagger isn't at your throat, but
Oh, well.
Your gravest
The Elder again, right?
My
The Elder.
humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent. Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your
Well, maybe
precious
she did
golden
know about
thread to
everything,
peer
though.
into my thoughts. See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
Oh, shit.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
Uh-oh.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
They kidnapped the little
Who
girl.
can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too? You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing.
Uh-oh.
We overestimated
I mean,
your cunning.
I think you might have underestimated.
If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others.
Is Aglaya gonna die in this patch? Is she the one who's gonna die?
Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
Uh-oh. Oh. We're switching the Cypher's view. A millennium ago. Ow.
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at this box.
Aw, it's a little Cypher.
I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look.
I guess Cypher's very old too.
See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tear of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait, you've seen one before. And here I thought I'd leave you.
Aglaya's a rich kid. Of course she's seen stuff before.
Just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Mind your manners, Kitty. Tell me, Cyphera, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me?
I like how she's always had this nature to her.
Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
I wonder how she got a hold of Zagreus' core flame.
And the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Because obviously she can't have the core flame yet. Maybe because they have to go through trials.
Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine. If you don't want it, there are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Shoes. Every girl needs a good pair of shoes.
Oh. It's shimmering gold.
And the Gold Weaver shoes are the Louis Vuitton of Emporius.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move.
I like how they're very clearly not a child's boot.
Put them on,
but
and don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves.
I guess she can stuff them, right? She can stuff them. That's what I use. Stuff them and make them her size.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you?
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size?
I knew it!
These are way too big for me.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power.
Obviously not. Everyone wears heels in Honkai. It's true.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls.
Actually, I can't remember if Stella, what kind of boots Stella wears or not.
Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I think she wears a chunky heel, though.
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing. But boss
defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Oh my goodness.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago.
I like how she's got a tail and everything now.
Enough
I wonder if that's part of her
Let's take a
costume
look
though,
at
if,
this
or if that's a
place.
real tail.
Let me take
Oops.
a good sniff of this air.
Uh-oh. She does also have fangs
It's filled with the scent of treasure
and ears, but her ears could be part of her hoodie. I think there are a couple of kids who don't wear them. Maybe Silver Wolf doesn't either. It's not many. Yeah, I don't think Silver... She wears combat boots, though.
Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Bartell.
I like how she literally
Lead the
purred,
way, and
purred
whatever
though.
we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
There's only one way to find out if those are real ears and tail. Pull on them!
20 is. How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery.
I mean, she is the cat.
Around water.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just,
Oh, interesting. She's from a land called Dolos in Emporius.
Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up? Relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. Or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Oh.
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
I think she knows.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Don't underestimate me, boss. Just find a cozy dry corner and wait for me. Mission accomplished. Now you don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% cut of the loot, I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick?
Questionable, isn't it?
We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
No problem. Just use the device over there to shut it off.
Oh wow, that's a big guy down there.
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather. It's so refreshing.
I love how she's just like sniffing everything
Treasures
out.
in this ancient city are all floating back up thanks to me.
Slow down, boss. Your legs are long and mine are short.
Oh, well, I guess I can't go this way, can I? Darn it, I was hoping to be able to go get some treasures of my own. Alas.
Yes. Right here. What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
That's a huge chest. Move over.
I love how excited she gets. I get the same excitement when I open treasure chests. Or go shopping.
Wow. A massive haul. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind of luxurious life the people of Styxia once led. As expected for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Ooh, thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated. Look at the clarity of this purple crystal. It matches my skin tone perfectly. Oh, safer. You truly have the most refined taste of all thieves and employees. Let me try this on.
Oops. She tricked them.
How long have we known each other? I can't believe you still fall for this.
This is... How could I have forgotten about this? I'll believe it is true, and a lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical.
I do like Cypher's design a lot. She's one of the more different ones, like Rappa. Yeah, I also didn't get Rappa, and I'm kind of like disappointed in that one too. I missed out on Rappa and Casterus. I'm not missing out on Cypher though.
Lead the way.
I might like pull my 5 tickets that I already have and save for Cypher, but oops. The science scene is like pretty cute though. Not gonna lie.
Have you forgotten my silly prophecy?
Spending nothing. Oops.
Once activated, this thing makes a racket that can be heard for miles. It's just too stupid.
Seriously, what was the Titan thinking when they came up with this thing? Hey! If you don't want the trickery to be exposed, you'd better start by keeping your mouth shut. What do you say?
Uh-oh.
Lady, you're absolutely right. I'll be careful with my words.
Ah! This thing's way too loud when it's on. Let's not stir up more trouble, okay?
Oh, okay. So I'm not supposed to use that. Fine, fine. Let's not forget Robin. I did miss Robin.
Ah, what are you even singing? You're totally out of tune.
I guess I have to fight somebody. I better, plop somebody in there, huh?
There's a big guy guarding this place.
Yeah. Big and dumb. Just a pure love.
Look at its face. Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
I wonder what her, like, skill does. It probably, like, magnetizes all treasures to her.
Yeah. So ugly. Ugly enough to make even me, a little imp without a digestive system, feel nauseous.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly running away is the sensible choice.
So, how about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Right. Fleeing fits a rogue nature. Huh?
Oops, it's sauce.
How appropriate.
Eternal sleep.
Jesus Christ. Little Papa Heart is already going down.
Found me.
Oh, interesting. She's a little healer. Ish, maybe. Can't tell if she's like all healer or what.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl!
Oh my god, poor Herta.
I'll see you off.
Found me.
I feel bad for her that I killed her. I like Cypher's combat pose too. Yes.
I underestimated. Receive divinity.
Don't fight,
Eternal
so I can leave her.
dead return!
You can't run!
Oh, she kicks coins.
You chose the wrong
Our
enemy.
cute play session is over.
Oh my god, look at her.
With enough believers,
Cat
plans
stretch.
become reality.
Cat stretch. I love how she like stretches back into a pose. Like she backs up like a cat.
Taken down with just a couple.
Hey, Shin.
How boring. Hey, Bartolos, are you still alive? Give us a squeak if you are.
Here! I mean, squeak!
Look at you, all shaken up. Can't handle even this bit of action.
How are you doing tonight?
Should be safe here now. Get to work.
Aye, aye, boss lady Cypher.
It's going pretty good. We're looking for treasure with Cypher.
It doesn't smell like anything valuable this time. Since we've already dug it up, let's open it and see. Huh. Is this?
The Journal of a Styxian Refugee. Month of balance, day blank. 3 more neighboring households moved away today. The tide has risen higher than ever before, already reaching the 5th step of the stone stairway to our residence. The priest insists it's merely seasonal high tide that will soon recede, but having lived in Styxia for 30 years, I've never witnessed water levels like this. Leandro from the harbor went fishing 3 days ago and reported that the seawater had become unusually turbid, appearing as if mixed with ink. Beneath the surface, he glimpsed strange shadows, not human in form, yet possessing distinct outlines. After returning, he developed a high fever and has remained bedridden since. Month of balance, day blank. The city's feasts have grown increasingly frenzied. Grand celebrations that once occurred only during the month of joy now happen almost daily. At the Anzo family's banquet last night, I witnessed 2 normally well-mannered women treading grapes barefoot, emitting strange laughter, and then directly drinking the dirt-laden juice. They claim to be mimicking Phagos's ritual ceremonies, though I've never heard of such an absurd form of worship. Prices at the market have risen by 30%. The honey brew merchant reports that the brewing process has become exceptionally difficult lately. The yeast culture's mysterious rot. Only by distilling with seawater collected directly from the harbor can they produce proper wine. Fortunately, our Doris remains lucid and has wisely advised us to minimize our consumption of the city's water and wine. Month of Everday, day blank. Last night, strange music emanated from the harbor. It wasn't produced by any instrument, but seemed to rise from the ocean depths. The slow, haunting melody sounded as if it were telling an ancient tale, compelling people to approach the shore. Several neighbors' children sleepwalked to the dock last night. They claimed to have seen the goddess in the water, performing and wanting to get closer. The priests have forbidden all forms of musical performance and have deployed soldiers to patrol the docks. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that they're acting from fear rather than a genuine desire to protect us. Month of Everday, day blank. Today, I met Nora, the cloth merchant, at the market. She revealed that the situation in her district was far more dire than we had imagined. The spirit water pool in Phagos's temple suddenly dried up 3 days ago, and despite their best efforts, the priests cannot replenish it. More alarming still, strange cracks have appeared on the wall behind the deity statue, forming patterns or script that no one can decipher. Nora also shared a peculiar rumor. Some have claimed to have seen in their dreams a woman playing a lyre, draped in black veils, and eyes gleaming like seawater. She allegedly told dreamers that Styxia would soon face a great transformation, and only those who hear her voice would be saved. Some city residents have begun referring to her as the prophetic sea musician, despite the priest's determined efforts to suppress such rumors. Month of Freedom, Day Blank. We have finally decided to evacuate with our entire family. The seawater has reached the highest water mark at the dock, yet some remain oblivious, still immersed in endless revelry. Our family and the neighboring Minlon household have decided to journey to Akama together. Reportedly, the world-bearing Titan's protection extends there, and the tides of darkness have yet invaded those lands. We plan to slip away quietly tonight from the northern dock exit. We pray to Vagosa for safe passage. Month of Freedom, Day Blank. We've been traveling for 3 days now. Last night, the Millen family's youngest child suddenly developed a high fever, continuously muttering strange phrases that resembled an ancient ballad. His father decided to take him back to the city for medical treatment, though we all know there is little hope to be found there. This morning, looking back at Styxia from the hillside, I was horrified to discover the entire city enveloped in a strange aura, with sea water shimmering from an unnatural blue radiance in the sunlight. From a distance, those magnificent buildings seemed to twist and distort in the water, as if they were merely illusions. Month of Weaving, Day Blank. We encountered several other fleeing townspeople. They brought even more horrifying news. The seawater in Styxia had begun displaying strange colors and textures. Sometimes as thick as honey, other times as solid as glass. Those who remained in the city have begun undergoing bizarre transformations. Even more disturbing is that at night, the entire city bathes in an indescribable glow, as if enveloped by some gigantic amniotic membrane. They say this is Fagusa's punishment, but I can't help wondering, is this the Titan's wrath? Or is some power even greater than the Titans at work? We've decided to continue northward to Akama. Along the way, we've heard rumors of someone named who can supposedly appease Fagusa's wrath, but these are merely legends fabricated by desperate people. We common folk can only rely on our own feet to flee this disaster. Month of Weaving, Day Blank. Tonight, after the children fell asleep, I secretly examined a small vial of seawater I brought from the city. It was the last drop collected from the spirit water pool and Fagosa's temple before we left. In the moonlight, it displays a strange shimmer, as if something moves within it, unlike any ordinary water. By chance, I discovered that gently tapping the vial with my fingertip produces a peculiar sound, like distant lyre notes echoing. In that moment, I seemed to glimpse a mysterious woman standing upon the sea surface, sorrowfully playing a melody that no one could understand. I don't know if this was an illusion or reality, but if such a being truly exists, one who can hear the sorrows of Styxians, then as we embark on this uncertain journey, please grant us a flicker of hope, even if it's merely a beautiful dream. Akama is now within reach. Taking one final glance back at my homeland, the beautiful scenery of old is nowhere to be seen. Only distorted masses of light and shadow undulating on the sea level, resembling foam heaped by waves before dawn, dissolving one by one to gradually reveal its cold and true nature. Interesting. I wonder how this journal got back. Vacationing is exhausting. Need a vacation from... I understand that. I understand needing a vacation from a vacation. I went mushroom hunting over the weekend, and I still feel like I need like time from that too. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. We're with Cypher the cat girl here, who is in the next patch. She's not in this patch, which is very disappointing, but I want her in a hurry.
Probably not. I've never seen or heard of anyone from Styxia.
Yes, mushroom foraging.
At least
not anything truly edible, but all mushrooms.
Guess this city wasn't so lucky. Huh. It does seem
oh, well, I guess they probably didn't make it. Maybe that's why the journal came back.
They had to face such...
It was fun looking for mushrooms. It's the only time you can go to a state park and pick mushrooms.
Simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
I know how to collect. I know how to identify solidly 120% 2 edible mushrooms, and then that's it. Well, 3 now because the varnish reishi that we found over the weekend looks like no other mushroom, but I still would not. I can do button mushrooms and morels. And I can recognize the most deadly mushroom that we have in the East Coast, and the Destroying Angel.
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long, your memory's gotten a little fuzzy.
I do love some puffball, probably more than morels. Yeah. Yeah, Destroying Angel is pretty much unmistakable. There is no other mushroom that looks like it. It's pure as fucking snow. And it only grows in the fall, apparently.
Oh, right. I did tell you.
And puffball and amanita eggs are opposite seasons as well. So it's pretty easy to discover puffballs. Because amanita eggs only happen in the spring.
Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old.
I only find the little ones. I found the great big one on somebody else's land one time.
Nearly 1,000.
It was as big as my head, but unfortunately it already started the sporing process. Bolites. I can also identify a Russula versus a non-Russula.
You to picture that.
But those are easy because they're the only really red capped round of mushrooms that we have.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever...
Butter, some shallots, red wine, garlic. Oh, and lion's mane mushrooms are pretty recognizable too, but we don't have any in my area.
How ridiculous.
Although, if I went probably a few hours to the west, I'd probably find some. If I went toward the Lexington area of Kentucky. Well, Lexington might be further away than I think it is. I can't remember how far it is.
Where did this roadblock come from? Ugh, this is so annoying. The treasure is right in front of us.
Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan. Should we call on that big, noisy, cumbersome hand of Zagreus?
Never thought that.
Hey Thanos, lion's manes are great. We do have that in my area, but I've never found them myself. I buy them from a local foraging provisioner. Yeah. That's the same here, but we don't have any in local grocery stores.
I don't need a controller. After all, you know.
Yes, he is the hand of Zagreus, though. Punch!
Looks like a charm.
Not bad. However, I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
Let's go to the next room.
Hey, slow down. That question you asked me earlier. I think I just remembered something.
What did I ask?
You know.
It's going pretty good.
Question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest?
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately? I didn't ask anything. You must have imagined it.
Oh. Is that so?
Hmm.
Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately.
I love her shoes, though. I guess these are not a part of her boots. I guess maybe they're kind of like stockings. Somebody's taking over. Bartados in and out.
In my chest, how this core flame is the best.
Wow, when it comes to singing, I still sound better than you, boss.
Go beyond all time and space on the journey.
That's funny. I guess she also moves faster. Interesting.
This scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed! If even Boss Lady says so, how could I not be excited?
Do I need to give instructions here? Get digging.
Ooh, a puzzle.
Oh, isn't this a golden scapegoat? Interesting. Looks like
Time to
whoever
play a
made this puzzle wanted
game.
to play a little game with us.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep. Those who did not became human.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here. This honor's all yours.
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley. Just leave it to little old me.
In other words, it's me that has to do it, not Bartolos. Well, at least they made it easy, though. Bong!
Told you, nothing can stop me. Cypher, it's your turn now.
Stop. Stay there. And don't turn around.
Huh? What do you mean?
She asked him not to turn
I
around.
told you. Don't move.
Uh-oh. He's got a parasite attached to him, probably. There it is.
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What? Boss, do you mean?
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. With only the power of this little nymph. Naturally, I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaya.
She probably purposefully wanted her to find this,
You've
though.
gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorus and Grey Mystery.
I love that
Asking
she's got
for more
bells.
now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face.
I guess this must be like her last chance of explaining things to Cypher.
Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it.
1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
I see wins.
So this time, I must say this to you, even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone.
Uh-oh.
Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
Don't worry. As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cyphera.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Snap.
Ah, what a shame. I thought there'd be some real treasure under that goat's head.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aw, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, why am I getting all sentimental? I haven't even processed what just happened. That horrible woman. When did she... Oh!
If you see her, let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties.
So a long
forever.
time ago, in other words.
Could it have been back then when...
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have slipped that nymph into your pocket while you were distracted. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide. Creepy.
Aglaya is rather creepy, but
I'm curious, what exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
Speaking of the world-bearing titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience.
like I said, I think Aglaya meant for her to
told you about that.
find it, because she figured she'd probably meet the end soon.
Absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaya, isn't that right, Zagreus?
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world.
Haha, so it is Zagreus. That is Zagreus.
If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cypher without hesitation.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't.
Interesting that it's still alive. I mean, you should have figured it was the real Zagreus. But I guess maybe she still has the core flame, so.
That wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Honestly, I've been thinking. Maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again, Cyphera, your face.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds. I will pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
Aww.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen, exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Cyphera.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me?
Well, I mean, Zagreus exists, so.
Thief. Con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me and...
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes, warm you up, and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious she was stealing something and got caught again.
Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth, why bother asking at all?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival, at all costs. Stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation?
Doubt she's worried about that.
Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress. You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar, but honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up.
I guess this Trailblazer is going to be a little bit shorter because it's like the in-between big patches. Like the big things that happen, well, it's still like big, but...
Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that
There
beats
seems to
in
be
my chest.
a few, once every couple, it seems to be like super long.
That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name. After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a
You look so
challenge the world
cute.
has given
Oh my goodness.
Stay here with me. You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
I think they're just making sure that Aglaia ends.
Planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen. From what I know, these stories are true. The kindness we know today.
Interesting. So she's like kind of like the leader of this thing. The 27th kindness.
Objectively, the rise of the cleaners Chaos was both inevitable and necessary. Yet their ruthless and twisted methods earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history. Even in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find ways to profit from the chaos, to ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal may be no easier than creating a miracle.
Oh look, it's Kratos.
There you are, Lord Donghung. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive. Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart, because Aglaya is dead. And in the eyes of the Holy City citizens, her blood is on your hands.
And there we go. Aglaya's... she's dead. Unalive.
Looks like she was wrong about you.
She? Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Uh-oh.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive.
Exactly. Well, me and my baseball bat are an indestructible or destructible force to be reckoned with. Bro, you sound so cool!
Finon is seriously upset.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the flame chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finon. We're not here to start a fight. We came only to ensure you weren't anywhere else.
Their target was Aglaya, and that's it.
While you were unaware, we already accomplished our mission to buy time. So, Lord Finon, until next time.
No. You know things have been devolved when Mem is correcting your behavior. Also, game is quiet. Is it? It's been the same the whole time.
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent
I think the music
lives
is
as
quiet, maybe.
chips has gone too far.
I like how you tell me that at the end of stream, though.
I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the flame chase. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. My teleslate.
Why is it his teleslate, but we're answering it? I'm so used to scenes having a voice actor now that I didn't think anything of it. Well, only the scenes with Don Hung didn't have a voice actor. Global announcement. Due to force majeure, the World Wound Web operations will be temporarily suspended. Please stay calm and remain in your homes. Uh-oh. Local gun thread enabled for emergency internal communication only. Lady Goldweaver deceased. Please return to the Holy City at once. I guess everybody's telestate. Well, I did pull it up some.
Blasted. Those guys. But how could they possibly? Stay calm. just be one of her schemes.
Fainan, what should we do now?
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akama as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way, I won't be merciful this time.
I think it's just because they're whispering. I have it up to like -25.
Cartonis?
Just sending her bugs out to everybody.
You're forging a sword for Fainan, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaya. In this form, you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered. My journey as a human in this world has come to an end. It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact I haven't forgotten.
I don't know.
The thing I entrusted to you.
OBS says I'm changing it, so maybe it's you.
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you. Do you still insist?
How interesting.
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan at this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains, filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want, Aglaya?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartonis. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future.
Little bone
them
bracelet
complete
that little
their
girl
mission.
gave her.
Selfless until the end. Envy that child, there's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease, Grand Craftsman. Now, please, take me through the last tempering that fate has to offer.
And the city is silent, and tension is building with every passing second. The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight, and all the market stalls have closed down temporarily. I hope so. I just can't believe she'd be
Well,
taken down.
they
by a
threatened like
handful
the entirety of
assassins.
Akama, basically.
If this is all
Technically, the
part
bug
of
is
a
not
larger
alive.
plan, Treeby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her.
Okay. And away we go.
Dan Heng came back before us. Well, maybe he's heard something. Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Crateros, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine.
The afterward. Probably
Just
Aglaia
tell me.
throwing herself into the bag.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaia fall from the Chrysos air bath.
Oh, God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City Guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens
I
of the
mean, that
city
is
believed
pretty
death couldn't
reasonable.
touch
Somebody
her.
lives for 1,000 years and stuff.
She was
And is a
pierced through the
demigod
heart by
and,
a
you know,
uniquely crafted
everything.
dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
No, that doesn't make sense. The ones who appeared in the grove and those who confronted Don Hung in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaia. Perhaps...
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaia
Well, obviously
gone,
she knew that
someone has to take her place and lead Akamai.
Kindness. The 27th Kindness, by the way, would
Also,
do
Miss
this.
Hyacinth
So.
was the one who declared Aglaia dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Crateros. The baths are empty.
Yeah, I think they would avoid this place. For sure. Bubbles!
Hyacinth.
You're back. I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treeby and Lady Treenun after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now. Yes, we witnessed her final moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings, declaring her death, was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treeby and Treenun, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives. You
Lost
should
their
rest,
student.
Hyacinth.
Even though they
You've
probably
been awake
knew
for a
it was
long
going to
time,
happen because of the
haven't you?
prophecy. Obviously, all of them are eventually going to
We'll
die.
handle
Okay. See you later, everyone.
next. We should visit Lady Treeby.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Lady Treeby, I...
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey. so we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the flame chase journey. Yet, she gave everything without hesitation.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akuma needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
Well, quit wallowing!
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's the right time.
Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so. Okay, let's read.
Finan.
Oh, never mind. They're gonna read it in Aglia's voice.
My trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the Flame Chase journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated Kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when Kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways. But my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city.
Oops.
You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer, but I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all,
I still can't get over those toeless
still
boots.
has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally. That might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, From the
I
very
always thought,
beginning,
of course,
my
you know,
thoughts
it's
have
pretty
never
obvious, you
changed.
know, looking at him. He looks very much like he needs he's like Kefali's successor.
You are the destined world bearer of Amphorius. The gate to Amphorius's future. Go, complete the flame chase journey of the prophecy. Ignite the stars and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy?
Well, who the fuck else is
of
gonna
the
carry
burning
it?
torch you've passed
Good morning,
into my
Alvin.
hands?
It's almost it's 9:30 where I am.
Can you do me a favor? Please deliver a message to Lord Krateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope. Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
And there's Krateros.
Cartonis.
Cartonis.
What
Cartonis.
brings you to Marmorial Palace?
I always mispronounce his name. Although I think I accidentally spelled him by the other guy.
To see you.
Said the other
Is there
guy's
something
name.
urgent, Cartonis?
How are you holding up? I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right. Your assessment is... Now, here. Take this.
Ooh, it's his weapon! It looks so bright and shiny.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle.
Hey, Corlith!
For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad swordmaster. Yet you've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Precise your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will.
The dragon roar.
Wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cartonis.
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Corlith?
The beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
Ooh, now it's all shiny.
Stored here. The remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission.
I am the Dragonborn. An old dragon. Dragonborn long ago.
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be
That's
with
good.
you.
It's like 9:30 here. 9:30 in the evening. Frisrota.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago. But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray,
Oh, nice. He did fencing. That's
she could
cool.
see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny. She would surely smile.
I'm sure it is really good exercise. You have to be in control all the time.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look,
Snap.
Lord Finan is here.
Oh, here's speech time.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
More Dragon Wars.
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive.
Yeah, well, somebody came and
In the end,
assassinated Lady Aglaya
I
anyway.
remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason.
You're not a dragon slayer. Well, that's probably a good thing, you know. It's hard to be a dragon slayer.
I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and
Oh,
laid
actually,
out
probably
their crimes.
easier now than it used to be, especially if you're part of a government.
The strategy worked.
I mean, there's
I secured enough
anti-aircraft
votes to
missiles
achieve
and
my goal, but
nukes.
afterward,
I dropped the S, but then you'd
there
bonk
wasn't
me.
even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the flame chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us.
Oh, yeah.
It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together.
I wonder where
Now
that kindness
she is
person is
gone.
now.
Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Oh shit, now they're worried. They were all against her before.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed.
She kind of mostly planned all this. It was pretty good. I took the day off work and everything, so I stayed home.
Bound this city have unraveled.
Took a long dragon
Yet
nap.
no one is
Did some
celebrating
exercise.
their freedom from control.
Played
In the
some
empty
Honkai
markets,
Star Rail.
bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finon has a way with words.
There's something special about a man of letters. Kind of wish I had it off, but I got a lot done. I'm just on a productive day, yeah. Well, I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so.
The flame chase journey is nearing
And then I gotta
its
work
end.
Friday.
With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you.
Well, also, we gotta find
Cast out the
Kephales's poor
shadows
flame.
And malice within your hearts. Let your
I kind of
spirit
had, like, a
shine brighter than the
non-productive
sky
day, which I guess
itself.
I kind of needed a little bit. Like, there's some productivity going on.
Let me bear witness.
Naps are very
Even without
important.
the divine authority of romance, Akima will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people.
Everyone should love taking naps. It's great.
Better people! Better people! Better people!
That's the thing they decide to chant? Okay. Whatever, dude.
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy
I also
city.
do good thinking while I'm lying down,
For a
staring at a
millennium.
computer screen is sometimes not the best for me to think. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's a rainy day? Yeah. It rained last night. It was a thunderstorm last night.
Was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaya,
Every day is a good day for sleep.
and her greatest feat,
Every day is a good day for a nice
being
dragon nap.
a selfless person.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Yes.
And there's
Lady
an
Trian.
Axa,
For that
and
child filled with
Trian, and
anxiety.
Castris, and Aglaya.
Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the flame chase journey might not have
side
survived.
cutscene.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten
You don't
those
like air
formulas
conditioning? I like air conditioning. It gets hot here.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros, aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gastras.
You've heard things about Honkai Star Rail? Like what sort of things?
Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The
Good
Chrysos
things?
heirs
Yeah,
are the
there's a lot of
executors
good
the
things about
prophecy.
Honkai Star Rail.
Yet they, the people, are
The
the
character
true
designs
masters of this
are
world.
amazing. There's
Rest
actually a new detective
I always keep your teachings in mind.
gotcha game coming out.
The difference
It looks
between
pretty
a
interesting, but I don't know if I
presumptuous
could play a
hero
third
and
gotcha game.
tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good
I've already
memory.
got Infinity Nikki and Honkai Star Rail, so.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything
Although,
else?
I try my best to be a free-to-play player in both Infinity Nikki and Honkai
Even
Star
in your
Rail.
imagination.
And so far in
I'm not one to
Honkai
show
Star
my
Rail, I'm the most
vulnerable side.
successful. But I haven't spent much money in Infinity Nikki.
I've long understood how difficult it is for you to
I think I've
open
spent
up
under $100 so far. Which is not too bad, considering it's been out for like 6 months.
for bringing me here, Aglaya.
It's a long investment and I have so much other stuff on the go. It is true. I mean, I guess it's been out
Maybe what
for
I
a
wanted to
couple
say
years
wasn't
now,
you,
so
child.
it's a lot of story to go through.
But this crumbling world.
Dragonborn.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Oh shit.
Forget you. Like I'd ever.
He's not
We
dead
are
though.
parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos.
Bruce
Let's
Roda,
not make
yeah.
this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan.
He's working
See
on
you
it.
around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightimos.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet.
Oh,
Is
that
it?
sounds like, I guess that's his childhood
Yes.
friend.
Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
Oh, thanks, Corlith. I really appreciate that. Almost everybody gets a tier 1 sub. Yay!
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people. I've tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
Money, 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 money. Then a Belinda cash.
You've never changed at all, Vinem.
That's probably that's my favorite emote that I've made. Is the Anna Belinda cash money. The glasses alone are cool. Too bad they can't be any bigger.
This place holds so many different kinds of memories.
I need to learn to animate so I can make my own animated emotes.
All the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cypher, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akama have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypher.
He's gonna go steal it.
You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawn Cloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
I mean, Cypher's pretty cute, though.
Seamstress, are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do?
Aw, thanks for the sub, Corlith. Hey, 6 months in a row.
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power.
Thank you. Especially for 6 months in a row.
You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero.
Nightsticks.
I need to do to get there.
I am gonna. It's one of the emotes I want to have eventually. Is a light stick wave.
The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects.
I respect street smarts.
But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cypher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery. Even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya. I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful. And that everyone is simple. And kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it? Even though it's a lie?
Lies will always be lies, Cyphera.
Choo-choo!
But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Huh. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
Well, how did he know she was there?
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Just
Thank
a smidge. Ah, she was watching in the shadows,
I had
of
a
course.
feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
She's like, no. Very cat-like
None of
behavior.
your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
She's definitely a cat personified.
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone
Yeah,
straight to business.
a tsundere.
I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're
Old-timer.
probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of
I
the
feel
entire
that.
city for
I
the
feel
Chrysos
that.
heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase. And the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kindness.
If anyone can find her, it's
cleaners.
Cypher.
I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
I like how she has one braid on one side and
Yes.
one on the other side.
I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through
Walking
me,
the
Miss.
dogs.
I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame.
I guess
Even
they're
if you
gonna
have to
take
deceive
Kefali's
the
core
rest
flame
of the
last.
Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense though.
Hey,
Since
Deliverer.
it's already protected.
Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
Uh-oh.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind, but they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Because Aglaya was
Professor
here.
Anaxa once analyzed this. he thought. It was probably because Kefali's core
I wonder
flame
if
was
Kindness will
protected by
drop
the Council of
the
Elders' secret arts.
council's art.
Sacred art's my foot. I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in
Tasty
shambles.
sub.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in.
Uh-oh.
But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now.
She's
But
loving
you're
it.
right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
A big
gratitude.
favor.
That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable.
Don't forget, Deliverer.
Oops.
There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, better be careful. Sonny might think I'm calling for him. Even though he never answers when I call anyway. He's a bit of a cat. That. Oh, there he is. Apparently, he was asleep behind me, and apparently that woke him up. Well, hello there, Sonny. He's looking at me like, "What the fuck do you want, Mom?" Yeah, apparently he was sleeping in the corner behind the weight bench. He is a cutie. He is a cutie.
I've been trying to stay away from here.
I've been
since
meaning
the
to make
Black
him
Tide
into
started
a
to grow.
live to-do mascot.
And through that, stay away from the memories that...
He came in here and looked at me hoping I could fill him in. I don't know what to tell him. He looked at me with his eyes all squinty. He's like, "What? What are you doing? Isn't dinner
Maybe
time?"
That's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all.
It is 10 o'clock. But I guess his feeder doesn't go off at 10. Doop,
I know,
doop,
little
doop.
Ika. I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more
We've been in
important mission
cutscenes for like half an hour now.
Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors.
Nope,
Please
he's
live
had
for
enough
just
well
a bit
before 10.
longer.
It's true.
The time I spent in the Grove deserves some reminiscence.
His feeder gets it gets a break between like 8 and 8. The last one goes off at 8, and then it doesn't come back on till 8. Ah, there we go. Activate Nameless Honor. Well, we're level 1 already. All right, let's see if we can make a few pulls first, and then we'll raid somebody maybe. So I've got 5 here, so I'm gonna raid 5 times, and then however many I have of the regular. I don't know whether or not it's a good idea to alternate or... I probably don't have too many since my last 5-star, so maybe I ought to do a 10. Watch me get like a 5-star here or something. Be annoying. I mean, I could get extremely lucky like that one time I got 2 5-stars, but likely not. Nope, there's a 5-star there. Should have known. Should have known. Alright, who am I gonna get? Oh, it's a light cone. Well, that's interesting. I probably won't get another 5-star though. There's a light cone though. It's Japard's light cone, so maybe I'll level it up. I don't know. It probably depends on like what his current thing is that is superimposed. I get 3 more. I probably won't try very hard for Heist, and I really want Cypher, so we're just gonna build up a little bit of pity here. Maybe Pom Pom will pity me if I spend, you know, just enough here. Because you know I'm gonna throw it all for Cypher here in a few weeks. Chips are all in for Cypher. Alright. Didn't get her this round. Like I said, not sure if we'll try for her at all. Or much more. Oh wow, she's here for 20 days. Yeah, she's here for 3 weeks. A little over 3 weeks, I suppose. But we do have these passes, though. Legend of the Galactic Baseballer, Demon King. We're gonna have to do that, too. And the Aptitude Showcase. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Phew! Okay. We're gonna go ahead and raid Northern Kiss. She has a new model. I was not able to, I was gonna raid her on her debut day, but like, I think OBS crashed hard or something like that, and I couldn't get it back up. So I just gave up on it. It was having a hard time. Well, it would help if I spelled raid correctly. There we go. We're gonna raid Miss Northern Kiss and her new model. I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday and a great start to your weekend. Because I will be back Saturday with Oblivion Remastered. And next week after Black Myth Wukong, we'll probably end up just playing Oblivion Remastered. Or maybe Expedition 33. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, fun. And then, of course, Sunday will be Art of Belinda Sunday. We'll be working on another art cover for Mr. Brogath. And we're replacing one of his AI art covers. So, I will see you guys Saturday. You all have a good evening. Sleep well.